Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I want to be talking about why can being independent create more problems and more struggle for you. So welcome to today's video. My name is Su Patel and I am all about helping people create more joy, more abundance, more money in their lives so that they can live their best life. So thank you so much for being here today, and let's get started with the conversation. So I want to talk about why is being independent going to create more struggle for you. All right. Now, if you're anything like how I was a few years back, I was all like, you know what, I'm going to be so independent. I'm not going to rely on anybody. I'm going to do everything on my own. I'm going to prove that I don't need anybody. Like, if that's you, then this is the conversation for you. So let's first explore, dependence, independence, and what that really means. Okay. So when we talk about dependent or being dependent on somebody else, like there'll be many reasons why you become dependent on other people, right? Because, there could be like you have an insecurity, so you feel secure depending on another person. Obviously, children need their parents, so they're dependent on their parents. Or when you're in your older age, you're kind of dependent on people around you to support you, whether it's your children or carers. But as an adult, pretty much there's, unless you, of course, you also have a disability or anything like that, those are kind of some of the reasons why you would be dependent on somebody, right? Or if you have an illness. But other than that, depending on others for joy, for fun, for making you feel good, or for, financially supporting you, or, like really creating your level of happiness, comes from a place of being totally disempowered. All right. And when you create being dependent on other people, you are basically saying to yourself that you're not capable of handling life on your own, and you need this other person to do all those things for you to help you survive, basically. All right. And of course, like there will be times when we are in real struggle and we do need that support, all right? But it's all about how long is that support needed for. So it's really, like for you to really look at is that, are you depending on another person? Number one, to make you feel good. Number two, to financially support you. And number three, to fulfill a need within you. Okay, that the truth is that we don't really need other people. We can create from within ourselves, and often we become dependent on other people because we don't want to face responsibility. All right, like we really just want to be careless or carefree rather, and we don't want to step up and take responsibility because it occurs as hard, difficult, a struggle. But of course, when you become dependent on somebody else, you're living life by their terms. Now, if that works for you, then that's great. Okay. But if it doesn't work for you, then start looking at how can you start becoming more and more independent. Okay. So that's what I just kind of wanted to say about being dependent on other people. Now, independence, again, can be great because, now you're relying on yourself to create joy, happiness, freedom, and money. Okay, like you're depending on yourself. But often the mistake that people make is that when they get to creating independence, they're often creating it from a place of, I don't need anybody, I can do it on my own. I'm not going to ask anyone for help because, they'll throw it back in my face, or, you don't want to be obligated to anybody else because you just want to do everything yourself. All right. Now, I did this for so many years, right? But I realized that by doing life like that, number one, you isolate yourself. Number two, it's a bigger struggle because actually you're having to do everything yourself. And I often, I found myself kind of saying, God, when is this struggle going to end? Like, when is it going to get easier in life? All right. And I just felt like I was doing everything on my own, and it was hard. I felt like nobody was there for me. Nobody was there to support me, but I created that myself because I wasn't open to help. I wasn't open to contribution. And, I was all about trying to, I was attached to doing everything on my own. Right. So that can create more struggle. Now, the the place that you really want to get to is interdependence. Stephen Covey talks about this in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he says interdependence is the place you really want to get to. And why is that? It's because interdependence comes from a real place of power. It comes from a place of power because you're now choosing to create community. You're now choosing to create connection with other people. Now, when you create that, most successful people will not be doing life on their own. They will have a team around them. They will have people telling them how to live their lives. Like they will have a PA or a VA. They will have a financial advisor. They will have, they will get support. They pay for gardeners, they pay for cleaners, they pay for, someone to cook their food. Like they have a team around them, all right? So my point is that you might not want to have a cook or a gardener or a cleaner or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, like to create your life and to expand yourself, you have to expand the community around you, the people around you. Get connected with your family and friends. If you can't connect with your family and friends, then open up and become vulnerable and, ask for help. People want to help you. If you create that the world is full of people who don't want to help you or people who don't care, then that's all you're going to be, that's all that you're going to find. But if you can create that the world is full of kind, caring, helpful people, those people will start showing up for you. Okay. So when I started creating that in my life, all sorts of beautiful people started showing up in my life. Like I remember when I moved to my new place on my own, I was about 26. I've just moved into my own home, bought it myself. And I was like, oh my God, now I have to live on my own. But how blessed was I? Because 2 doors down from where I was living, there was a beautiful family there who literally created family with me. Like, they invited me around for dinner every evening and, they took care of me and supported me. And I never, ever felt alone because the world, around me, I created it to be a world full of kind, amazing human beings. And, I did stuff for them and they did stuff for me. And it was just a beautiful place, and they've become my family, my aunt, my uncle, and their 3 kids were all like family, right? And I love it. So it really taught me that being interdependent and having people around you can create that connection. It allows other people to contribute to you because people do want to contribute. Like, do you not want to go out there and help people? Of course you do. Like, that's our basic human nature, is to go out there and help people. All right. So creating that interdependence from a place of power can really, really, expand your life and create ease and flow for you so that more abundance can flow to you as well. All right. Now also as well, creating interdependence, you're creating it from a place of power because not only are people contributing to you, but you're also contributing to them, by hiring people around you to help you, like a PA or a gardener or whatever. You're contributing to their well-being, their livelihood. You're expanding yourself, and the more you expand yourself and the more you contribute to other people, the more abundance and contribution you end up receiving as well. All right. So you basically your life basically becomes a mirror of who you're being. All right. So really let go of the attachment of trying to prove that you can do life on your own and you don't need anybody and you've got this and you don't want to be obliged to anybody. At the end of the day, we can't do life on our own. All right. Because that's what creates more struggle and more challenges in life. Create a place of interdependence from power and start having a team around you, contributing to others and allowing other people to contribute to you and expanding yourself to create ease and flow. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you got something out of what I've shared with you today. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And obviously if you did get a lot from this conversation, please do like and subscribe so that we can reach more viewers and share this message out there as well. And of course, if you do want to have more content and more value, please do connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.